1, 2, 3.
My name's Ben Bailey, I'm a chef. I write the menus in a few restaurants, including Ahi. The inspiration for Ahi stemmed from actually working overseas and cooking other cultures' cuisines and travelling and eating such a vast array of different types of foods and flavours. Coming back to New Zealand and wondering what New Zealand food was. My journey into food started at high school. I loved home economics, I loved baking, and I loved the science behind baking, and I was passionate about making great banana cakes. And from there, I had a really great teacher that got me a kitchen hand job at the local restaurant in Te Awamutu in the Waikato. So I started washing dishes for a couple of years whilst I finished high school. And that put me in great stead. I learned a lot. I learned how the kitchen works, how to move in the kitchen, how to clean. 30% of your job as a chef is cleaning. People trust you when they put your food in their mouth. It's very, very important, and I really like it when young chefs start out washing dishes. It's very unglamorous, but it's arguably the most important job in the kitchen. From there, I went to Waikato Polytech, and then very quickly hit the road. I went to Australia. At the time, there were no great restaurants in New Zealand. There's no great restaurants at all. Nobody was doing anything cool. I wanted to do something more exciting than what was happening here. I spent a couple of years in Melbourne, then went to America for a few years, then to England, then to France, then back to England, and I was away for sort of the first 10 years of my career. I came back to New Zealand and I took a head chef job, 28 years old, started to roll all these experiences that I'd had into my first menu. And I found myself cooking French dishes, English dishes, and trying to find ingredients here that were going to work, and that was really my inspiration, were my experiences. And after a few years, I just really started to wonder what New Zealand food was. And by that time I'd taken a job at the Grove as head chef, and we'd won Restaurant of the Year twice, and I'd won Chef of the Year twice, and everything was kind of tickety-boo, but it wasn't really enough. And so I was determined to open a restaurant that really spoke to New Zealand food and New Zealand service, like what is New Zealand hospitality. I love the professionalism of New Zealand hospitality, but I love the informalness too. And we're very good at walking that line of more of a how's it going than a good evening, sir. The best advice I ever had, and I got this advice when I was young, sort of 17 years old, and my head chef said to me, work at the best restaurants you can for 10 years. Work for the best chefs you can, wherever you are in the world, whatever town you are in the world. Go to that best restaurant and ask for a job there. And after 10 years of doing this, you'll start to develop your own style and you'll be able to open your own restaurant. So I think that's what I really try to impart to my team, my young people, is that I'm just a stepping stone in their career. I may be the first or the second stepping stone. After me, go work for the best guy in this town or the best guy in whatever city you are in and learn from them. And then one day you'll come home and try to make New Zealand food better.